Hey there YouTube, Lazam here, and welcome to another Monster Hunter Rise video. Today I'll be going over my 5 personal tips for playing Monster Hunter Rise. I recognize that there are a lot of these videos out there online right now, and all of them offer truly useful information, but I encourage you all to heed my words and see if they can help in any way. So if you find the information useful, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and if you can, please stop by twitch.tv/theblazam. I stream Monster Hunter quite regularly, and would like to hang out and hunt with you all there. Now let's get started. Tip number 1, patience. If you've never tried a Monster Hunter game before, then the gameplay can seem simple, but trust me, there's a lot going on behind the scenes combat-wise, and that's not to mention all the different systems the game has in place you need to learn. So, my advice is to take it slow. There are 14 weapons in the game, each play relatively differently, with a few having some similarities, but still having enough of their own unique mechanics to master. Take the time to find what you enjoy playing first, and really dial in how your hunter moves and operates using it. You should always pick something you have fun with, and try not to get hung up on what deals the most damage. As for the in-game systems, take the time to understand each of them, especially the armor skill section, and do not be afraid to ask for help. Tip number 2, positioning. Okay, this is in here admittedly because while I'm now a full-time Tengu bow warrior, I am a retired longsword virtuoso. Each weapon has a specific position along the monster that I need to be focusing on. And while we may not deal any friendly fire damage, we can knock each other around during combos. And what this means, longswords stay at the tail! This is of course if you are playing multiplayer. If there isn't a tail to cut off, then you can move away, but please be mindful of the other players if you are in a multiplayer hunt. Hammers, horns, charge blades, etc. need to be at the head more often than not because they can deal huge burst damage / KO damage. Learn where your weapon of choice needs to be focusing on and prioritize those spots first, and then move up the monster. There are multiple areas of a monster that need to be broken, so the head should really be the last spot before the hunt clears. And for the players being bothered about getting hit around by teammates, just slot in flinch free. But overall, just be mindful of others. Tip number 3, loadouts. You guys need to abuse this feature. If you end up really enjoying the game, chances are you're not going to be playing the same weapons you started with. So start saving weapon and armor loadouts in the item box, and it's going to really save time between hunts. What's really cool is that once you save a set with decorations in it, you can move those decorations off to other pieces and save those in those loadouts. Then when you switch, the decos stay in each set. Tip number 4, plan ahead. I never thought that I would be referring to an in-game notebook as much as I do now, but man, I am constantly in that hunter notebook before each hunt. Knowing what piece can come from what part of the monster and the methods you can clear the hunt can save you so much time and needless frustration. For example, the Nargacuga Medulla, a high-rank weapon part, because lol, why be building anything else in the game right now, is a requirement for most weapons to complete the full Narg tree. But did you know that it has a 3% capture chance, a 5% target chance, and a whopping 12% from carving the tail? Because this is Monster Hunter and brain parts are in tail parts. Tip number 5, life powders. This is my last tip and it hits pretty close to home for me. Whether you are playing solo or in a full team of 4, you have 3 total cards before the hunt fails. If you're playing solo, then this obviously means you have 3 cards all to yourself, but in multiplayer, this is 3 cards between the entire team. That is a lot riding on each respective team member to do what they should be doing, which is staying alive. The use of life powders, and by extension their much stronger cousins Dust of Life, can have a direct impact on the success of your hunts. Look, I get it. Sometimes you or someone on your team is having a rough time in the fight. We've all been there. Hell, I'm there like 90% of the time if we're being honest with each other. In multiplayer hunts, I am not only keeping my eyes on the monster's movements, but I am constantly scanning my team's health bars. If I see one player go below 50, boom, life powder. Sure, it might seem like a rather paranoid, untrusting, or overreactive way to play, but if I myself had a chance to save a team member from carding by proactively watching their backs, then it's just as much my fault, if not entirely my fault, if we fail the hunt. Multiplayer hunts are fantastic as it can really encourage good teamwork and communication. To me, being a good team member means having their backs if they really can't have their own. I don't see much of this online, unfortunately, but I would like to see much more of it. And that about covers it. This was my 5 personal tips for playing Monster Hunter Rise. Again, if you find anything I talked about useful, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications, and if you can, please stop by twitch.tv/theblazam. I stream Monster Hunter daily, amongst other things, and I would love to hang out and hunt with you all there. Thanks so much for stopping by today. Peace!